Greetings and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews with me, George, for the third instalment of Bands You Need to Hear. Essentially, recommendation from me to you of bands that I think if you haven't heard them, then you bloody well need to, because these guys are worth your time. So, if you're wondering why I'm wearing these ridiculous 3D glasses, I shall answer. It is, of course, to appreciate fully the mental artwork on Crisix's latest album cover, Full HD, which, when you're wearing these rather fashionable glasses, you get to fully appreciate the 3D mental artwork. So, to clarify, we're talking about a band from Spain, been around since about 2008, and they are Crisix or Crisix. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but I've read it and I say it as Crisix, so correct me if I'm wrong. But these guys are so freaking good. They are absolutely brilliant. So I've only got these two albums, not the only material of theirs that I've heard, but I first discovered them when I saw the Pizza EP from last year. I believe it was 2021, advertised in one of the metal magazines that I read, and I thought, well, that's quite an interesting choice. I'll have to check that out on Spotify. Certainly like the fact that it's about pizza, and like the fact that it is clearly a band who don't take themselves too seriously. Good start. So, checked it out on Spotify and I thought it was freaking great. Then decided, this was very recent actually that I discovered this, I discovered that they were releasing a new album soon, titled Full HD. So I put in a pre-order, as it was considerably cheaper than it is now upon release, and got the album, put it on, and it blew my freaking mind. This is so good. Essentially, Crisix are a thrash band. That is the spine of the music, if you will. Thrash metal. But there's so much more to it than that. They incorporate a lot of different elements. There's a lot of breakdowns. There's a lot of very, very heavy, almost, I don't really want to say it's like deathcore moments, but that sort of extremely heavy crushing breakdown thrown in there. There's doomier passages. There's a whole lot of different ingredients thrown into this absolute musical delight of a cocktail. This thrash pizza has a lot of different toppings on it, you could say. And this album, the newest one, Full HD, is an absolute bruiser. The opening track, The Many Illicit Paths. Don't know if you can see the track list there. Hope it's not too glary. Yep, The Many Illicit Paths is an absolute bruiser of a track. Very interesting intro there before hammering you with just metallic fury. Absolute punisher of a track. Really is brilliant. Extreme Fire Hazard is a ripping, snorting, thrashing number. Really great track, guaranteed to get you moving. Full HD, that's a humorous number. Very heavy, very fast, very good stuff. Vocals and riffs are just fantastic. Vocals are quite interesting, sort of a harsher, more traditional thrash vocal style that we get here, but the riffs are so freaking crunchy and heavy, it's just delightful. As I say, Full HD, really great track. The Macarena Mosh, we got there. Again, you got the humorous side of Crisix coming out, and it is a brilliant track. Fast, thrashing, furious. Pick out a few other key moments. John Was Born for Metal, a metal slant of a tribute to John Lennon, I believe, I think I read that in one of the papers, so to speak. Really great track, brilliant track, heavy, thrashing. WNM United. Now I think that means World Needs Mosh United, and the world certainly does need mosh. And that track, along with the rest of the album, absolutely delivers the mosh. So freaking heavy, so freaking good. So many crunchy riffs. It's just a delight. Absolutely love it. And the closing track, Escape the Electric Fate, is another really good number. If you like your thrash, heavy, fast, it's very well produced, this album. But the riffs, I cannot describe how good they are. So you need to check it out, basically. Full HD, 2022, absolute storming album. So I got that one. That was the first album of theirs that I purchased and heard all the way through. I then went back to 2018 with this album, the second album of theirs that I own, of 2 albums in total, Against the Odds. Very interesting, weird kind of art there. Don't really know what's going on, but this is an absolute stormer as well. Just as good as Full HD, really brilliant stuff. Get Out of My Head, the opening track there. Don't know if you can see the track list, but the opening track, Get Out of My Head, is an anti-pop culture, anti-pop music track, which is just a thrashing protest of a number. It's an absolute monster, so good, guaranteed to get you moshing around your living room, 100%. Second track, Leech Breeder, so crunchy, so heavy, so good, damn fine number. Technophiliac, again, really heavy, very thrashing. They're just brilliant, these 2 albums. Just talking about them, just looking at the tracks, you instantly get those songs in your head. It's very memorable stuff. Perseverance, track number 4 there, is a quite a solid track indeed. Very, very deep. It's a deep track. It's got a lot of uplifting, sort of motivating, it's like an encouraging track to persevere. It's got a lot of substance to it. It's not just a thrashy and heavy number. It's a very heavy song, but it's got so much more to it. It's a damn fine track, guaranteed to get you raising a fist to the system. One of those numbers, which we all need. It's a good uplifting track. If you're feeling a bit pissed off with the world, that song will help. Xenomorph Blood, of course, reference to everyone's favourite aliens and facehuggers. Really thrashing, great track. Leave Your God Behind, another great track there. Heavy, thrashing, brilliant. Cut the Shit, great song and a great title as well. Straight to the point. Thrash away all the shit. That is exactly what that track makes you want to scream. The North Remembers, tribute to Game of Thrones. Good song, heavy song. It's definitely got a melodic edge. I don't know why, at times it sort of made me think of a Monomath. That could be my ears picking that up, but like I said, there's a lot of different elements thrown in here. A lot of breakdowns, a lot of heavy, punching, melodic riffs. A lot of stuff going on there. And this version of the album has a bonus track, which is a cover of Metallica's Hardwired, and they do a great version of that track. It's nice to see a cover of something that isn't just solely from the 80s, early 80s glory days of thrash. So this album, Against the Odds, absolutely brilliant track. I really cannot recommend this band enough. They are a wonderful band, very heavy, very thrashing, really good musicians. The musicianship here is first rate, absolutely stellar. So in addition to these 2 albums, I've heard, as I said, the Pizza EP, which is a fine EP, and the album previous to Against the Odds, which was titled From Blue to Black, I think. And that is a damn fine album. If you could buy it reasonably priced here in the UK, then I would have a copy. But I'm not going to pay £25 for an import. That's not of benefit to me. But these two albums are more than enough to keep me going for now until I can source some of their other material. Check this out. Check this out. If you like thrash, can I compare it to any other bands? I'm going to say there's elements of Municipal Waste in there with the sort of party thrash, the humorous metal edge. There's elements of Exhorder, certainly with groove and crushing melody in there. Exodus, good ballsy thrash. Metallica, Slayer, this is where we're coming from here. This is just very good, straight for the jugular thrash with a lot of other elements thrown in there just to bring the heaviness up a notch. Crisix, a band you need to hear. You will not regret it. Absolutely brilliant. So that's this week's recommendation. Full HD and Against the Odds by Spain's Crisix. Damn fine band indeed. If you're a fan already, you probably no doubt heard these albums, but what else shall I check out of theirs? Is there previous albums that you think are better? Maybe. Don't know. These take some beating. But if you haven't heard them, check them out. Let me know what you think. I'm interested to know what other people think of these guys, because I think they're freaking great. Thank you for watching episode 3 of Bands You Need to Hear, Crisix. Check back soon for more reviews and more recommendations. If you like the video, feel free to like and subscribe. I'd be very grateful indeed. Take care, my friends. Stay heavy.